Break the bank for Carlos Baleba. Man United have made contact. You guys see my reaction yesterday, but they have made contact for Carlos Baleba. It's going to take a lot of money. But I'm telling you now, Fleck, I'm telling you now, Man United fans, we do need to break the bank for Carlos Baleba. If he stays there, he has a third season in the Prem. His stock rises. He gets even better. And of course, like someone just said there, new deal. It can all change. It can all change. Break the bank for him now. And if our transfer window had to close tomorrow and we had Carlos Baleba, Mateus Cunha, Brian Mbeumo, and Benjamin Sesko, and I have to keep Onana for another year, no problem. No problem. No problem. Break the bank. Don't listen to our intro. We're going to change it. Man United won't break the bank for him. They will. They should. Yeah? Jason Wilcox, Christian Vivell, Omar Barada, you're cooking. You're cooking. Even off intent alone, to even know that you guys are picking up the phone saying, we want him. We want him. Can this be done? That is commendable. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Let me know if you think we should be breaking the bank for Balebs. Let me know, because I think we should be doing everything in our power to get him.
Balebs, I tell you what.
Believe.
Yeah, that's what we've got to start going on with. We've got to go with
Believe.
You know, yeah, that's what we've got. That's what we've got.
Believe.
Start doing. Yeah, believe. It doesn't properly work, but it's
Believe.
You know, it's fine. It's fine. It works. It works. The irony of Marcus Rashford leaving and then pointing to the head with believe. Yes, but it was all kicking off last night, wasn't it, Flex? My goodness me. If you didn't see, you should have seen. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. We've already got close to 1,000 people watching. Be sure to subscribe. But Baleba, the big news last night was that Manchester United had made inquiry through intermediaries. Manchester United are seemingly eyeing up the Brighton midfielder, which was a rumour throughout pre-season, but yes, it became very, very concrete, didn't it? Fabrizio Romano confirming the news in a YouTube video last night, saying Carlos Baleba is the dream midfield target for Ruben Amorim. In Ruben Amorim's first few meetings as head coach, he emphasised to the board that he needs a squad with players that can play with his intensity. He needs players with intensity. Carlos Baleba fits that perfectly. All parties involved are aware that this is the deal. It's not easy with only 23 days left of the window. This was kind of a similar thing to when, say, Chelsea were going after Moises Caicedo. We spent a lot. It was a lot of money spent there by Chelsea, wasn't it, to get Moises Caicedo, and a lot of money could be needed to get Carlos Baleba, but it might not be impossible. Now, Brighton CEO Paul Barber, interestingly, was at like a fan forum yesterday when all of this news broke, right at that time yesterday evening. And naturally, he was asked about Baleba and about all of these reports and rumours. And he said, there's always going to be interest in our players. That's true. United have not been in touch with me, and which does line up with reports, because the suggestion was that it had been through intermediaries that this kind of request or inquiries had been put out there. He said, speculation is speculation. Carlos is a fantastic talent. We hope he'll be here for years to come, but it's subject to the dynamics of the football world, which isn't always predictable, which is $1 million man settings. Everybody's got a price, including Carlos Baleba. Now, James Duck on the Telegraph said Manchester United has registered interest in Brighton's Baleba through intermediaries and is considering the terms of the deal. With Brighton is considered very difficult. They drive a pretty hard bargain. Brighton, though, want to keep Baleba this summer. They won't make it easy, but again, it's not necessarily impossible. Now, these are always, going this morning. These things are always developing. To fend off Manchester United, Brighton are set to offer Carlos Baleba a new contract. Carlos Baleba is at a crucial crossroads in his career. Brighton are eager to secure his future, potentially including a release clause that could be activated next summer, which is basically with this notion that Brighton want to keep him for another year. They could sort of say, look, because apparently he's on something like 12K a week, maybe at Brighton. He's not on a lot, but there could be a situation where they go, look, we'll pay you obviously a lot more this season. A bit like the Mateus Cunha one that he signed, was it in January, when it's like, look, we'll pay you a bit more just to stay here for this window. Then next year, release clause, boom, you can go wherever you want to go, kind of thing. So it might be that. Or Man United, Revels and Wilcox and Barada, they have conversations with him and say, look, don't sign that. Don't sign that. we'll pay you way more.
Well,
forget it.
We definitely will. We'll definitely
exactly.
pay way more than 12.
And you'll be at Man United, and you'll have like a bit like with the Moises Caicedo one, where he ended up not going for one window, didn't he? He ended up going like the window after, didn't he?
That's
but
why
he
you
even
can't
come
mess
out
with
and
Brighton.
sort of slag Brighton off, like, oh, it's the dream. It's the dream.
Yeah.
And
Well, he did a thing. He had to revoke. He revoked the thing, didn't he? Yeah, he done a.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't let him go, and it got a bit messy, didn't it? But they still got
very much.
That's the thing with
he
Brighton.
Still stayed. He still stayed.
This is the thing. Okay, so here's the thing. So we're gonna talk about everything. So just off the excitement first, because we don't just want to shit on the excitement. We want to talk about it and look at it from our point of view. Then we'll talk about Brighton, how difficult the deal is, etc. The realistic side of it. The dream side of it is exactly that. It is the dream signing. And to see Ineos going after him, literally, like, it's not a rumor, it's a fact. Like, Ineos are trying to make this deal happen. They're calling to explore if it can be done. Is there a way? Where there's a will, there's a way, as they say. So that's a positive. On top of the summer that we've had already, on top of Benjamin Sesko is not even confirmed yet. It's like, we'll talk about that a little bit later, but, the talks are
after
continuing.
Yesterday, it felt very positive, didn't it? Yeah.
And, it was only, when did I get back? So day before yesterday. Monday Tuesday. I got back, didn't I? Tuesday I got back. I don't know what day it is. Yeah. When that Sesko news broke of, like, the bid's gone in, and it all gathered pace really quickly. Bid's gone in. Not only has that happened, he chose Man United, like, personal terms agreement. He's going Man United. So it was like, okay, we're all getting excited about that. And a day later, this Baleba news comes out. And it's exactly what you want to hear, because what's been the biggest thing that everyone keeps saying, including me, by the way, I've been one of the biggest advocates of this, of striker. Yes, I know, like, want more experience and it's a lot of money, but I'm telling you now, guys, this 6 thing, this midfield thing, this is before we even went on tour. Before all of this stuff, I was saying 6, 6, 6. Shout out Drake, shout out Drizzy. 6, 6, 6. That's what I was on. Yeah. And
the devil. Yeah,
I know, but it's like the 6 in Toronto. It's like, it's not really but you guys know what I mean. It was something that I thought we needed, and then as lo and behold, as preseason goes on, yes, we still need a striker, but everyone's starting to go, tell you what, this midfield thing's a problem. Like, you know what I mean? Now, people are saying Baleba ain't a 6 fleck. I agree. Like, he's a lot better than that, than just sitting and conducting play. He can actually drive with the ball. But in terms of our system, our system and our setup, like, he can play. I mean, look, some people call our midfielders central midfielders. I call them maybe sometimes 2 6s, like, because we've got 2 10s, and behind that, what are you calling them? Are you calling them 6s or are you calling them 2 8s? Whatever it is, the 2 central midfielders, we need a lot better one in there, and Baleba is that. He can carry the ball from there. He can set play from there. He can be box to box. He can move with the ball. He's fantastic at transferring the ball from the back to the front, or from the middle to the front. That's what he does. There you go. Like S-Mag says, he's perfect for what Amorim wants. So, okay, if you want to get involved in the semantics of he's not a 6, he's not a Rodri, he just sits there and screens and does this and just, all right, cool, that's fine. I don't care about the number you want to call him. We need him. We need that profile of midfielder. Absolutely. He's really young, 21 years of age. Played with Lenny Yoro already at Lille, Tell you what. Cameroonian, Agent Onans, Agent Mbwems. Tell you what. Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah. There you go.
Hold on, wait a minute.
Yeah, and it's exactly what we want. And it's funny, actually, because, like I said, I didn't say it in my video just gone. I just didn't really feel the need to, actually. But actually, now it's all out there now. It's like, this was said on tour. This was said on tour.
Yeah.
I see KG was saying, so I knew that we had conversations. There were certain things that were said on tour. I'm not saying who by and stuff, but I'm really on a personal, because again, I just, me, I won't, it's not me. I'm not going to run, like, as soon as I get something off someone that's like, listen, between us, like, you know what I mean? I just sat on it because I'm just like, I don't want the fit. I'm just cool. I'll just wait. But on a personal, I'm really happy to see that actually that information there, which was about 2 weeks ago now, I want to say.
2-ish weeks ago.
About 2-ish weeks ago to now it's exactly, and when I'm saying it's exactly what was told to me. Let's go into the more realistic side of it now. So it matches the intent. It matches what's going on the Man United side.
Don't go to the realistic part, Flex.
Don't underestimate Manchester United.
What the real thing that I like about this, Flex, and you mentioned that there had been these rumors, is that it's very rare, and particularly in recent windows, that what the fans want or what the fans identify as Manchester United needing lines up with the people in charge at Manchester United, what they think that Manchester United need in terms of the transfer market or whatever. You know, sometimes when we go, for instance, like the window, it's we got Mason Mount, and there was people going, why have we got him? Why? What's the thought process there? I just don't get it. Whereas this one, going into it, we were like, we need more attacking players. We need goals in this team. We need 10s. And people even specifically, before we were linked with these players, were going like, we need people like Cunha. We need people like Mbuma. and we got them. Now, the Šeško one has been going on for years. Maybe he wasn't the top striker that we were linked to straight out the gate. That one's been
might try to get Gyökeres first
all the time. Yeah. People have been going, Gyökeres. People have been going, oh, get Watkins. People are going, oh, go get Šeško. Go get someone else. That one's been, some people were on the Liam Delap train as well. But this Baleba one has been something that people for months have been saying, we need a midfielder. And if we were going to get a midfielder, I'd like us to get this player. So the fact that that's lining up with what the fans want, I think is encouraging. And it goes to show that those people that are making those decisions are actually aligned. Everyone's on the same page here. Where it's like, competent. This is what we need. I'm here for it.
Yeah. I just think the intent you can't argue with. Like they're leaving it to the point where if we don't get these types of players or go after these types of players, you're saying, well, you know what? Look how difficult that deal was to do. That was just, come on, man. They wanted 110 million. Like, how could we find that? It wasn't through want of trying. They can only deal with what they've got. They can only sell with what they have. They can only be as creative as they can be. And let's get to the Brighton side of it. Brighton don't mess about. Let's have this right, yeah? Brighton don't mess about. Moises Caicedo is obviously the biggest comparison to this. One, because obviously it's a similar position, central midfielder. And two, just the Brighton model on this and how much money he went for. It's very, very similar, isn't it? So I think from that being said, is it Barber and Bloom and those guys, they don't mess about. Yeah. They don't mess about. They get what they want. Mitoma,
and they've already signed the next Baleba.
They've probably got the next one set already. Yeah. Look what happened with in the January window with Mitoma. Didn't they offer like 90 million euros, pounds? I remember what it was. No,
I remember it was from Al Nassr, wasn't it? Going like
from Al Nassr, big deal. They said no, we just don't want to sell for that. Just kept him. And look, Mitoma maybe didn't have as good of a season as he did the season before, but they were clear we're not selling him now. Mark Cucurella, big money. Ben White, big money. They get their money. João Pedro, to be fair, might be seen as fairly modest in the end, actually, to be fair, best part 50 million. But Brighton get their worth.